welcome to our YouTube channel Nimbus Learning powered by Engineers Academy. Today we are here to read fluid mechanics, and what is the purpose of this batch? We are going to start a new batch that is for OPSC, Orissa Public Service Commission, and you might be heard the name of that examination. What is the level of that examination? We will discuss in this examination in this class only. What is the level of this examination basically? So in this examination, pre and mains both are there. In pre, 10 question of fluid mechanics will come. In pre, 10 question of fluid mechanics will come. And in mains also, fluid mechanics is included in water resources and hydraulics. And the weightage of that subject is 30 marks. And the level of both examination will be different. Level of both the examination will be different, entirely different. So first we are here for which type of questions are coming in pre-examination and which types of questions are coming in main examination, we will discuss in this class. Means in this class we will cover fluid mechanics from 0 level to advanced level. From 0 level to advanced level, which type of questions are coming in pre-examination and which type of questions are coming in main examination. The student who cross 21 year, they can appear or they can fill the form of OPSC. So first, see the syllabus of OPSC, means which type of syllabus includes in OPSC. First we are going to discuss that. The first thing is, in fluid mechanics, the basic properties you have to read. Basic properties. Clear? I am changing the background of this, so that will be suitable for you. So the first is basic properties. First. In this chapter, in first chapter, what we will cover? In first chapter, we will cover what is fluid, what is the cause behind the flowing of fluid, what is density, specific weight, specific gravity, compressibility, viscosity, surface tension, capillarity. These we will cover in this chapter. These topics we will cover in first chapter only. In second chapter, the pressure measurement is there. Pressure measurement. In third chapter, that is buoyancy, you might be heard buoyancy. Buoyancy is included. In fourth chapter, that is hydrostatics. Hydrostatics. In fifth chapter, that is kinematics. Kinematics, the most important topic, kinematics, because in maximum examination, questions are coming from kinematics for 1 marks. Question are up to mark, and that is less time taking. Is that clear? Now in 6th chapter we will read dynamics, after that in 7th chapter, that is laminar flow, after that in 8th chapter pipe network, and after that in 9th chapter we will discuss boundary layer. So that is the basic layout of syllabus of fluid mechanics for OPSC examination. So you can't guess that only one line question will come. In pre, only one line question will come, no doubt. Definitely, because time is less. In 90 minutes you have to solve 100 question. But in main examination, they will ask advanced level question also, numerical based question, and definitely they will ask. So now we are going to start the syllabus. The first thing is, suppose someone will ask, what is fluid? What is fluid? So which type of question in coming from definition? From definition, we are going to cover that. Which type of questions are coming from definition? So from definition, the first question will come, what is fluid? So anyone can answer, the substance which can flow, that is known as fluid. Yeah, is it correct? The substance which can flow is known as fluid. But the question is, what is the cause of that flow? But the question is, what is cause of that flow? So the cause of that flow is shear force. Shear force. So the first question from your pre-examination is, fluid can flow by the application of shear force. Fluid can flow by the application of shear force. Yeah, the substance which can flow by the application of shear force is known as fluid. The substance which can flow by the application of small shear force also is known as fluid. The answer is, if the fluid is in static condition, so the value of shear force will be. Now again, next question is, if the fluid is in static condition, so what will be the value of shear force? So the value of shear force will be 0. So the value of shear force will be 0, simply 0. Is that clear? If the value of shear force is 0, so fluid will be in static condition. So see the language. Means what in examination, new question is not going to come. Only they will change the language and new question will be formed. In single line, in single word, I formed 3 questions. So these type of questions may come. The substance which can flow by the application of small shear force also is known as fluid. Now the line is, for static fluid, shear force is 0. You should remember that line. That is the most important line. Now again, second topic is basic properties of fluid. What are the basic properties fluid includes? So the first property is density. Density. So we are going to denote density with rho. We are going to denote density with the help of rho. So what is density? Everyone know. And no one examination is going to ask density is the ratio of. No examination is going to ask this question. Rho equals to mass upon volume. Mass upon volume, because everyone know that. Now the second question is, what is the unit of this? Now the second question is, what is the unit of this? So unit of viscosity, unit of density, you might be know, the unit of mass is kg, and for volume that is meter cube. So that is kg per meter cube. Now it is also very easy question, everyone know that. If 20,000 or 50,000 students are going to appear in the examination, so everyone know what is the density, what is density, and what is the unit of density, and what are the dimensions of density. So what will be the advanced level of question we will discuss today only. So what is the dimension then? What is the dimension then? So for kg that is m, and for meter that is L, so that is ml minus 3. So that is ml minus 3. Now the advanced question is, density can vary with the help of pressure and temperature also. Density can vary with the help of pressure and temperature also. So how? This is pressure and this is temperature. So assume in my hand balloon is there. So now I am going to compress the balloon. Compression means we are going to increase the pressure. But in balloon, unfortunately, mass are fixed. Mass are fixed because we already tightened the balloon. So mass is not going to vary, but volume will decrease. But volume will decrease. If volume will decrease, so density will increase. Simply. So with increase in pressure, density increases. The first question is, with increase in pressure, density increases or decreases. So the density will increase. Now, if we will increase the temperature, so what will happen? See, suppose in our hand balloon is there and I am going to add some heat. I am going to add some heat. So balloon will start expanding. So balloon will start expanding, and once expansion will start, so volume will increase. So volume will increase, and once volume will increase, so density will decrease, and once volume will increase, so density will decrease. Simply. So you should know that if we will increase the temperature, so density will decrease. So unfortunately, density is the function of pressure and temperature. So unfortunately, density is the function of pressure and temperature. With increase in pressure, density increases, and with increase in temperature, density decreases. Density decreases. Is that clear? So these type of questions are coming in your examination nowadays for 1 marks only. For 1 marks only, not for 2 marks. I am talking about pre-examination only, not for mains examination. Now, which type of questions are coming, which type of question will come in main examination, I will also discuss that. I will also discuss that, but later. Now, see, after that, if someone will ask, what is the density of water? What is the density of water? So, randomly, our mind give answer that 1000 kg per meter cube. 1000 kg per meter cube, because we all know that the density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube, but at temperature, dash, fill in the blanks. So at temperature 4 degrees Celsius, at 4 degree Celsius, means density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. If you will put the note here, so note is density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. At 4 degree Celsius. Density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. This is most important question. Most important question. First question is, if fluid is in static condition, so the value of shear force will be 0. And the second one is, with increase in pressure and temperature, effect on density. Second important question. And third important question is, density of water is maximum at what temperature? So at 4 degree Celsius. And what will be the value? That is 1000 kg per meter cube. Is that clear? Now the second question will come from specific wet. Specific wet. Specific wet. So someone will ask, sir, can we tell wet density? Yeah, it is named as wet density also. Specific wet and wet density both are same thing. Both are same thing. Both are not different thing. So now specific wet or wet density. Wet density. So now the student will ask what? That is denoted by W or gamma, both. So someone will ask, sir, some term mass density is also there. I will tell yes. Whatever density, means we are talking about density earlier. So density is also known as mass density. Density is also named as mass density. Is that clear? Now see. So that is specific wet or wet density. So that is wet upon volume, W upon V. W upon V. So now what is the unit of W? If you will talk, what is the unit of W? Unit. So unit is Newton per meter cube. Newton per meter cube. Now dimension is most important, because one question will come from unit and dimension in your pre-examination and might be in main examination. Might be in main examination. So what is the dimension of this? So for writing dimension, first we have to know about Newton. Dimension, I am writing dimension. So see that. For dimension, what we will write? So first Newton. Newton is the unit of force. Newton is the unit of force. So for force, that is mass into acceleration. So kg meter per second square. Kg meter per second square, that is Newton. Mass into acceleration. And here meter cube is also written. Meter cube. So 1 meter cancels, so that is meter square. So m L minus 2 T minus 2. So that is dimension. ML minus 2 T minus 2. You can't remember all unit and dimension. You should know how to find out. How to find out. And for finding unit and dimension, you have to see a special lecture on unit and dimension. We will definitely make one lecture on unit and dimension only. Now, the question is, you can ask, sir, weight equals to m into g? I will tell yes, weight equals to m into g. So, can we write m into g here? Can we write m into g here? I will tell yes, why not? So, W equals to mg upon v. W equals to mg upon v. So, what is m upon v? What is m upon v? In previous slide, I already discussed that m upon v equals to rho. M upon v equals to rho. So, that will be equals to rho into g. That will equals to rho into g. So, a specific weight can also be defined as the product of density and a specific gravity. That is specific weight. And rho equals to mass upon volume. Now see, that is mass upon volume and that is rho into g. Now see, means it is an absolute quantity. It is an absolute quantity. It is an absolute quantity. Now someone will ask, what is the meaning of absolute quantity? What is the meaning of absolute quantity? So absolute quantity means the quantity which can't vary with respect to space. Suppose in this bottle, water is filled. Suppose in this bottle, water is filled. So mass is fixed, volume is fixed. If we will move this bottle at any place, in mountain, in moon, so density will be fixed, that is mass upon volume. But specific weight can be changed. Because in the term of a specific gravity, g is a specific weight, g is also included. But in terms of specific weight, not specific gravity, g is also included, and g varies place to place and location to location. So specific weight is not an absolute quantity. Density is an absolute quantity, but specific weight is not an absolute quantity. Absolute quantity. So from this slide, what are the questions they can ask? From this slide, what are the questions they can ask? They can ask first unit of this. After that, dimension of this. Dimension is very important. Dimension is very important. An absolute quantity and not an absolute quantity is also important. Absolute quantity and not an absolute quantity is also important. We will cover up some objective question, special objective class also. We will cover objective class after each chapter. Suppose first chapter will over, so we will discuss how many questions are coming from this chapter. What are the questions they already asked in your previous examination, and what are the expected question? What are the expected question? We will discuss that also. We will discuss that also, but in our upcoming classes. So now see, that is specific weight. Now I am going to discuss about specific gravity. Specific gravity. So if someone will ask what is specific gravity, it is denoted by S. So specific gravity is comparison of density. Comparison means two densities are present. Comparison means two density are present. Suppose one student is sitting in the classroom, only one student. So there is no meaning of comparison. For comparison, at least two students must be present in the classroom. So specific gravity is the ratio of density upon density. Now the question is, which density? So the first answer, well again here, whatever specific gravity we are going to find, suppose we are going to find out the specific gravity of oil. Suppose we are going to find out the specific gravity of oil. So here we will write density of oil. Suppose we are going to find out the specific gravity of nitrogen. So here density of nitrogen. Means here density of fluid and here density specific gravity of that fluid only. Specific gravity of that fluid only. So here we can write density of fluid. Density of fluid. And here density of standard fluid. Density of standard fluid. अपने को पता होना चाहिए ये चीज. क्लियर है? S इक्वल्स टू डेंसिटी ऑफ फ्लूइड होता है अपॉन डेंसिटी ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड फ्लूइड. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज अगेन, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड फ्लूइड? स्टैंडर्ड फ्लूइड का मतलब क्या होता है? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड फ्लूइड? सो रो स्टैंडर्ड फ्लूइड इक्वल्स टू स्टैंडर्ड फ्लूइड क्या होता है, अब इसकी बात करते हैं. नहीं, rho standard fluid for liquid standard fluid is water. For liquid standard fluid is water. You should remember that. आपको ये याद रखना है. You should remember that. For standard fluid, for liquid, standard fluid is water, and you know the density of water, that is 1000 kg per meter cube. And for gases, standard fluid is air. For gases, standard fluid is air. And what is the density of air? 1.2 kg per meter cube at 20 degree Celsius. At 20 degree Celsius. So that is a comparison of density and density. So this is the question. This is your objective question only. Density, specific gravity is the ratio of density of fluid to the density of standard fluid. Now what is the unit? So it is unitless. If someone will ask what is the unit, so that it is unitless quantity. It is unitless as well as dimensionless quantity. It is unitless as well as dimensionless quantity. Now, I am going to multiply with G on both sides, on numerator and denominator both. So we can write here rho fluid into G upon rho standard fluid into G. So you can see the previous slide, rho into G equals to specific weight. Rho into G equals to specific weight. So here we can write specific weight of fluid. Specific weight of fluid. And here we can write specific weight of standard fluid. Specific weight of standard fluid. So specific gravity can also be defined as the ratio of specific weight of fluid to the specific weight of standard fluid. Now see the example. See the example. Suppose someone is going to give you S oil. Specific gravity of oil equals to 0.75. So what will be the density of oil? What is the density of oil? Very simple question. So we can easily find S oil equals to rho oil upon rho water, because oil is liquid, and here it is given 0.75 equals to rho oil upon rho water, so that is 1000 kg per meter cube. So rho oil equals to 750 kg per meter cube. That is the basic question. In pressure measurement, we should know very frequently how to find what? How to find density from specific gravity, because in that chapter only specific gravity is written. Specific gravity of flowing fluid is this, and specific gravity of manometric fluid is this. We will discuss that also. Now see next. After that, suppose we are having 4 balloons, 1, 2, 3 and 4. First, second, third and fourth. In this balloon, N2 is filled. In this balloon, O2 is filled. In this balloon, water, and in this balloon, sand. चारों balloon में अलग अलग materials filled हैं. So if someone will ask which balloon is less compressible, कौन सा balloon सबसे कम compressible है, so we can easily tell balloon in which sand is filled. That will be almost rigid. After that, water. But now we will stuck on N2 and O2. So which will be more compressible? So now here we should know the compressibility of gases. Here we should know what is the meaning of compressibility of gases, and from here only one concept will build compressible and incompressible fluid. From here only one concept will build now compressible. What is meaning of compressible fluid and what is the meaning of incompressible fluid? Listen carefully. Suppose my heading is compressibility. Now my heading is compressibility. Compressibility, and it is denoted by beta. Compressibility is denoted by beta. So can you pre-assume that compressibility is just reverse of rigidity? Compressibility rigidity का just उल्टा होगा. If I will say that this bottle or this diary is, suppose this diary is more rigid, it means it is less compressible. And suppose I will tell it is more compressible, so that is less rigid. So both are just reverse word. So can we write here compressibility equals to 1 upon rigidity. 1 upon rigidity. Yes or no? Compressibility equals to 1 upon rigidity. And in strength of material, we already read that rigidity is denoted by K. Rigidity denoted by K, that is bulk modulus. So can we write here beta equals to 1 upon K. 1 upon K. Is that clear? Beta equals to 1 upon K. And now what is the K? So K is direct stress upon volumetric strain. K is direct stress upon volumetric strain. But here we are in the classroom of fluid mechanics, and in fluid mechanics there is no tensile force, only compressive force, that is pressure. Only compressive force, that is pressure. So can we write here compressive stress upon volumetric strain, compressive stress upon volumetric strain, we can write here. Now see, what is the meaning of compressive stress in fluid mechanics? So compressive stress meaning K equals to change in pressure, so that is dP, volumetric strain, strain means change in dimension upon original dimension. Change means, sorry, strain means change in dimension upon change in original dimension. So here volumetric strain. So change in volume upon original volume. That is change in volume upon original volume, dV upon V. But see, if pressure will increase, so volume will decrease. If pressure will increase, so volume will decrease. And if pressure will decrease, so volume will increase. So denominator and numerator both are of opposite nature. One will increase, so second will decrease. So for showing that nature, we will put here negative sign. Negative sign only indicates that both are of opposite nature. One will increase and another one will decrease. So this is equation number 1. This is equation number 1. Suppose pressure is given, volume is given, change in volume is given, and if they will ask rigidity or bulk modulus or compressibility, so we can use this formula. Suppose they will ask compressibility, so first we will find the value of K, and after that we will write beta equals to 1 upon K easily. Now see, we know one formula, left all the things. Rho equals to mass upon volume. We already know that. Mass upon volume. Rho equals to mass upon volume. So now what is rho into volume equals to? That is mass. Rho into volume equals to mass. Now I am going to differentiate that. Now I am going to differentiate this equation. So here rho is variable, V is variable, but mass is fixed. Rho is variable, V is variable, but mass is fixed. So can we write here rho dV plus V d rho equals to 0? Rho dV plus V d rho equals to 0. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now rho dV equals to minus V d rho. Can we write here? So we can write here dV upon V with minus sign equals to d rho upon rho. D rho upon rho. D rho upon rho. Now see the equation number 1. Equation number 1, dP upon minus dV by dV, and we already found the value of minus dV upon V. Minus dV upon V. So can we put here d rho by rho at the place of this term? So I am writing here putting this is equation number 2. Putting equation second in equation first. Equation second in equation number 1. So what will the result then? K equals to dP upon d rho by rho. D rho by rho. So K equals to rho dP upon d rho. On both the formula, numerical will come. By the help of this formula and by the help of this formula, numerical will solve. Numerical will be solved. Means these type of question will come in your mains examination. These type of questions will come in your mains examination. Which type of numerical they can ask, we will discuss that also. I will discuss that also. See the result of what was our duty? We want to find the compressibility, not rigidity. We are in not solid mechanics, we are in fluid mechanics. So our duty is to find compressibility, and as we know that compressibility is 1 upon K. Compressibility is 1 upon K. So can we write here beta equals to 1 by K? So see this equation, K, 1 upon K. So d rho by rho dP, d rho by rho dP, d rho by rho dP. Now I am going to prepare the conclusion. See carefully. because these type of question will come in your pre-examination. I am telling repeatedly, pre and main examination. Pre and main examination. So what will ask in pre-examination and what they will ask in main examination, we will discuss both. So see here, the first question is, if the value of beta equals to 0, if the value of beta equals to 0, so what it means, what it indicates? If beta equals to 0, what it indicates? It means the fluid is incompressible. If beta equals to 0, if beta equals to 0, it means compression ability is 0. It means it is more rigid, it is infinite rigid. So if beta equals to 0, so fluid will be incompressible. So fluid will be incompressible. The first question. So fluid will be incompressible. Fluid will be incompressible. Now see second. When beta will be 0? Now the second question is, when beta will be 0? Beta will be 0 when d rho will be 0. Beta will be 0 when d rho will be 0. Nominator will be 0. So can we write beta equals to 0 if d rho equals to 0? If d rho equals to 0, it means rho equals to constant. It means rho equals to constant. If we will join these two statements, so can we write for incompressible fluid rho equals to constant? For incompressible fluid, rho remains constant, density remains constant. And if density remains constant, so fluid will be known as incompressible. In another word, we can tell that. In another word, we can change the language also. So we can write here, for incompressible fluid, density remains constant. Density remains constant. Is that okay now? Is that okay now? Density remains constant. So this is, now see the objective questions. First 1 marks, then 2 marks. First 1 mark question is for incompressible fluid, 1. Second one is this. Third one is this equation only. And after that, they can ask this equation only, nahi? Or definition of compressibility. Definition of compressibility. Now we are going to solve 1 or 2 numerical problem. Now we are going to solve 1 or 2 or 3 numerical problem. Which type of question they can ask in pre-examination as well as in mains examination? What are the probability to ask? So the first question is, I am writing one question here. Question. Density, pressure of a fluid, increases from 3 megapascal to 3.5 megapascal. 3 megapascal to 3.5 megapascal. And once pressure will increase, so density will also increase, and density increases from density increases from and density increases from 500 kg per meter cube to 501 kg per meter cube. 500 to 501 kg per meter cube. Then find its bulk modulus. Now this is question. So this is 1 marks question. If they are asking for 2 marks, so it's your good luck. But this is only 1 mark question. So to see the solution. First read the question carefully. Pressure of a fluid increases from 3 megapascal to 3.5 megapascal. That is P1 and that is P2. So we can find here from here we can find the value of dP. dP equals to 0.5 megapascal. Now again, and density increases from 500 kg per meter cube to 501 kg per meter cube. This is rho 1 and this is rho 2. Then find bulk modulus. What is the formula for bulk modulus we will use here? K equals to rho dP upon d rho, I think. Why? Because here there is no term of volume. Here only pressure and densities are given. So we can use this formula rho dP upon d rho. So at the place of rho, can we put 500 kg per meter cube? Because that was the original. 500 to 501 kg per meter cube. So that is 500 into dP, change in pressure, so that is 0.5, and upon that is d rho is 1. So that will be 250 megapascal. Is that clear? That is only 1 mark question. Now see the 2 mark question. Which type of question they can ask in 2 marks? Concept is same, only language of the question and the they will insert some difficulty level, little difficulty level, and they will give 2 marks for that. But the concept will be same. In pre as well as in mains also. But the level of question, level of numerical will change, and that will come with the help of practice only. See second question. The question is, the general relation between between pressure and density is equation is given P equals to 3500 rho to the power half plus 2500 Newton per meter square. Clear? Find bulk modulus when P equals to 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. And now this is the question for 2 marks. Once you will see the solution, so the question will be very easy. But what I want, first you attempt, you pause the video and you should try to solve that question. If you are able to solve the question, so your preparation level is good. So first pause the video and solve the question, and if you are unable to solve, So that is, you can play video again and you can see the solution, because I am going to solve the question. I am going to solve this question. So the solution now, I am going to prepare the solution. So here P equals to given. So which formula first I will apply? First we have to think that. Here volume is mentioned, answer is no. Here volume is mentioned, answer is no. Volume नहीं दिया हुआ है. So what is given? P equals to 3500 root to the power half plus 2500. P equals to 3500 rho to the power half plus 2500. That is given only. So first we have to think which formula we can apply to solve this question. So in our mind only one formula is going to strike, that is K equals to rho dP upon d rho. K equals to rho dP upon d rho. Only one formula will strike, that is K equals to rho dP upon d rho. And now I will apply that formula only. But how? But how? So here P is given and rho is given. So first we will find dP upon d rho. Means now I am going to differentiate this equation. So dP upon d rho equals to 3500 into half rho to the power minus half, and the differentiation of constant is 0, and the differentiation of constant is 0. So if we will multiply rho in both side, if we will multiply rho in both side, here also and here also, so rho dP upon d rho will be K, I think. Rho dP upon d rho equals to K. I can write here. So K equals to 35, for I can write half here, half 3500 rho to the power half minus 1 by 2, and here 1. Now see, 3500 rho to the power half. We have to find the value of that. We have to find the value of that. We have to find the value of that. Now see. See carefully now here. So can we write at the place of this P minus 2500? At the place of this, can we write P minus 2500? So I am writing here K equals to half into 3500 rho to the power half and minus 25, sorry, I am going to replace 3500 to the power half now. So that is P minus 2500. P minus 2500, no? Now it is written that find bulk modulus when P equals to 10 to the power 5. So at the place of P, can we write here 10 to the power 5? So K equals to half 10 to the power 5 minus 2500 minus 2500. Clear? So from, if we will solve this, that is 4875750 Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. So if you will ask, sir, how you know the unit is Newton per meter square? So unit of bulk modulus is same as unit of pressure. Same as unit of pressure. So that is the basic. So that is the basic. So this type of numerical will come in your mains examination, not in pre-examination. For 2 marks, for 2 marks question that will come. So here I discussed already one line question and main question also. Suppose someone will ask if we will increase the pressure. Suppose one will ask if we will increase the pressure, so what will be effect on bulk modulus? What will be the effect on bulk modulus? So what will be your answer? The question is, if we will increase the pressure, K equals to rho dP upon d rho. See, density of rho and density of d rho are same. Density and DDO, both unit have same, both are having same unit, so unit will be cancelled. So the unit of K and unit of pressure will be same. First thing, unit of K is equal to unit of P. Unit of K, you can write here, unit of K equals to unit of P. Don't be confused in this. And the second one is, if we will increase the pressure, if we are going to increase the pressure, we are going to compress. So if we will increase the pressure, so bulk modulus will also increase. If we will increase the pressure, so bulk modulus will also increase. If we will increase the pressure, that is also an important question that is already asked in different examination. With increase in pressure, with increase in pressure, with increase in pressure, with increase in pressure, bulk modulus also increases. Bulk modulus also increases. Bulk modulus also increases. So in only this 45 to 50-minute class, I covered at least 10 pre-question, 10 pre-question and 1 to 2 main question. As the syllabus will go on, so we will cover more and more pre as well as mains question. So that was the basic topic. That was the basic topic. That was not advanced topic. That is the starting of fluid mechanics. And that is the beauty of fluid mechanics. Suppose they can ask isothermal bulk modulus. Suppose they can ask isothermal bulk modulus. What is the meaning of isothermal bulk modulus? KT, isothermal bulk modulus. So what is the meaning of isothermal? You already studied that in 11th or 12th classes. So isothermal means temperature remains constant. Temperature remains constant, and PV equals to MRT. PV equals to MRT. PV equals to MRT. So can we write P equals to M upon V into RT? But here R is characteristic gas constant, so that is constant. T is temperature and the process is isothermal, so T remains constant. So T remains constant. So R and T both are constant. Both are constant. And M upon V is density. So can we write here P equals to rho C? P equals to rho C. So now I will differentiate that. So dP equals to C into d rho. So can we write dP upon d rho equals to C. dP upon d rho equals to C. And rho dP upon d rho equals to K. And rho dP upon d rho equals to K. So we will multiply rho on both sides. So rho dP upon d rho equals to rho C. Equals to rho C. And rho C equals to P. And rho C equals to P. So that is K equals to rho C or P. You can write K equals to rho C or P. So that is not K, that is KT, because that is isothermal bulk modulus. So that is the basic concept. If you know the basics, so you can easily solve the question. If you know the basics, so you can easily solve the question. So means which type of question they will ask, what we have to read, what we have to leave, first we should learn that. Which type of question they can ask, means what is our process, how we are going to teach, how our institute is going to teach. First we have to learn that. First I will teach chapter 1, after that I will give short notes on that. Short notes on that. I already prepared that. In that short notes, some points are written and 40 to 50 questions are written also. They can ask in different examination. They can ask or they already asked also. Some questions are already asked and some question probability to ask in different examination. After that, we will solve several numerical problem for your mains examination also. So this will be the pattern to study fluid mechanics as well as different subject also. Is that clear? So we will meet in next lecture also. Thank you.
If you really like the video, please hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.